is Wednesday morning, March 8th, 2023. And I don't know, it's 54, 55. I think we're supposed to kind of like peek out here, maybe 59. We're also supposed to get more rain. The poor folks that live up in like over in Gorman, the Grapevine and Crestline and all that, and up in the mountains. Whoa! I totally sympathize, because when I moved to Tahoe the preceding year, and this was just after the Rodney King riots, the LA riots. We had so many LA riots, I just go by the name that it was given from. And that storm, you know, everybody, I'm like, oh hey, wow, this is kind of cool. And I was down installing chains down at the bottom, and then going to the mobile home parks and stuff in the trailers that were around the down over by the Y, and headed down to the north, and shoveling snow off the roofs, because those trailers, the older ones, even the mobile homes, the rafters are only about maybe 2 inches, so they're not really load bearing material. So you had to do that, especially there was one roof that was just barely hanging on, and it came up almost to just below my chin, and I'm like, whoa. And my buddy and I were on the edge of the mobile home, and I go, he goes, you're smaller than me, act like a little beagle and stuff, and just start up and pop down there. That's a lot of snow, but I think that is a lot more snow than I had experienced when I was a younger man. I'll put some links down below. That's just. But anyway, we need it. We need the snow. We need the snowpack and everything, and just hang out there. Just melt a little. Hang around as long as you can, because we need a lot of watersheds, especially around in the northern area, that need to get some water and stuff like that, especially around here locally. Devil's Gate Dam, one of the people that I know that's a photographer had posted just about a month ago. I had totally forgotten about it. I hadn't been in that area in so long. And Devil's Dam it looked like a regular water holding, almost like Silver Lake, you know, just about quarter the size or almost half the size. It was kind of cool. So I kind of want to check down to the lower Arroyo and see how the water's streaming. If not, probably maybe go around the park up there over by JPO and Devil's Gate Dam. But we will see. Hopefully, I think it might rain a couple days. Again, I don't remember. It keeps changing so much. I have a meeting today. I have a doctor's appointment Monday. I think another appointment at the beginning of the month. It's hard to keep track of all this stuff, especially when they start to pop up and stuff. And I'm so terrible at making notes and doing that on my calendar, you know, on my phone and on my calendar on my wall and stuff like that. I was, you know, putting little notes for myself to remind myself, but even then I've become a little bit scattered. It's kind of chilly, at least in the shade. But I gotta run a couple of errands and make it back and go to my appointment and see whatever. I'm gonna try to get out tomorrow. Tomorrow, I believe, being Thursday. I think the farmers market is in LA. I don't know if I'm gonna do the LA one. It's so small and not even worth the ride on the bus to and from. But I want to see if I can't try to do the South Pasadena farmer's market tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow late afternoon. It's nicer. So we'll see about that. Alright, let's go get some things done. Earth Cafe. It's a beautiful morning. Presbyterian Church. That bell tower is beautiful. Would that be a tower or a steeple? I can never get those two. Oh, I know what a tower is, but for the door, you can see the people. Now headed east, this side, or on your right hand side, this is I don't know, I just like this, maybe because of the older, maybe because of the older buildings, and especially this beautiful old theater. Look at this. Kind of reminds me of the one that is in Glendale. Just the architecture and everything. Especially with Earth Cafe. It's just nicer over here. And then we have over here is, it's bland, honestly. Plus we have the playhouse and everything is down over here on the right hand side. Modern animal. Great. Now our animals are as modern as our humans are. That can't be good. They're already confused watching us. Palm trees everywhere. Don't forget, Pi Day. Tuesday. Monday. It's Monday. Monday? Monday. At least they were able to save the movie theater here, and it remains still more of the city's indie theater. Now they'll have other movies that they show in here and stuff like that, and sometimes they'll have revivals and stuff like that. But for the most part, they featured a lot from the previous one. A lot of independent films and stuff too. And a lot that were Oscar considerations, so that was kind of cool, you know. It was, and especially in the summertime, there were always lines over here and people and everything. It's really a lot of the students from PCC. Then of course we got hit with the you know what, and things just dramatically changed so much. Just right over here we had a lot of activity. You know, moms and dads, especially on the weekends, would come over here and, you know, we'd walk around. People would walk around because it's really nice over there. I'm showing you videos. So much. It's funny, I was talking to one of the gentlemen that I know from meeting in the morning and taking the bus. And the subject came up with the housing and stuff briefly, and then he just quickly went into how aesthetically ugly everything. And this gentleman's he's a teacher. I'm not gonna say for who, but a big 3-letter. But it's just like I want to take a ride with folks like these all day long and just have well, as intellectual as I can get conversations, because I don't have anyone. I don't, and I'm such a buffoon as it is with my speech. I think I don't know, jokingly or seriously, I feel I've lost over the course of the last 3 years. Being confined with the likes of her, I feel my diction has been subdued. You know, I used to be fairly well spoken and everything, and I can articulate a lot of things, but I've lost so much, and I know this. You know, I see this. I'm my own harshest critic, you know, and I'm always calling myself out. I hate being a hypocrite to myself all the time. You know, we've all done it, especially when you're younger. You know, I've done it. But there's a time when it's just like you kind of have to stop. It's like, what am I doing this? Why am I not, you know, doing the right things, speaking and saying the right things, and living the right way? So much of our... Go ahead. I don't trust you drivers. I don't understand. And honestly, I kind of fear that things are going to probably start to ramp up a little bit more now with all this. Oh, hey, nice. That's this, and this is always a common sight. See, look at this. Theft. Look at that. This is sheer out theft. This is, we got to get our house in order again. And by our house, I mean, our country. This is our house. I know, I'm just yapping away. Getting older and crankier. Oh, you young folks. I said this several times. Maybe you don't remember, maybe in the course of the last few years, 3 years, 4 years, we'll go off in the top of 4 years. We'll go back to the former part of the administration. You can almost see the declination of things. But being young folks, you kind of get wrapped up and you don't really realize it. Maybe some of you had during we were all hibernating. Maybe you didn't. You know, when I was working at Target, I saw a lot of kookiness, you know. My firsthand has seen how society really acted in those moments of doomsday panic and stuff, and I'm thinking, God, this is not normal. This is not us. This is not as society as a whole. You know, and for that little area of over here, San Gabriel, to be affected that much, I was like, wow, this is insane. It almost seemed like somebody released some sort of neurotoxin and everybody just started flipping out. Kind of like a lot of the video games, you know, that you play and that I play. Long time. I got more kilowatt hours in my hands playing video games than you young folks will ever know. But you know, you kind of see this, you know, and whatever video game, Resident Evil or everything, and even some of the science fiction games, the space games, you know, you see it. It's happening, you know. It's like, wow, oh man, wouldn't this be cool if, you know, we were already there, we had zombies and we can just, you know, have a free-for-all, you know. Well, we already are there, you know. We already are there. You want to know how? Why? Look at your parents. If you've acted this way, you're and I speak because as much as I see over here, I have a better peace of mind of where my daughter is growing up and stuff like that, being a little bit more safer, especially on either side of the coast, any other larger metropolitan areas. You know, there's one person that there's actually an employee at the CVS that remembers me and my daughter and my wife, but especially more my daughter, because we'd always stop off in there if we'd go to the grocery store. You know, back then it was Vaughn's, and we'd stop off at the CVS and stuff like that. Because if I couldn't find a balloon, if I could afford it, I always try to make it affordable. The little balloons that were on the sticks for the kids that check out. If I couldn't get one there, then we'd go over to the CVS and stuff. And she remembers. She asked. She remembers me being homeless and everything that happened and stuff like that. She saw me, you know, grabbing myself up by the bootstraps and you know, getting housed and everything. And she knows everything that's going on in the house and everything, you know. She's just, and she sees my angst. Whether she's a follower or not, I don't know. I know she was a follower in a while, and then whatever, but that's okay. But she remembers, you know, and she's asked about my daughter. What she's saying for? I go, you know, she likes dolls and stuff like that, and you know, oh, that's so good. She's safer. I go, yeah, and I told her, you know, I go. In the whole grand scheme of things and looking at the big picture, and I always say this, and I've even had told my friends being homeless, that being divorced, losing custody of my daughter, with whatever possibility at that time was open for parental whatever, that in the long run, after even being homeless, after drinking so much and just doing so many stupid things, wasting time, getting beat up, getting angry, wasting time, trying to still get housed and everything, getting housed, working, entrance a la Carla, lock, whatever, came down months after that, and then coming out, and still now our country's in chaos. Worse off than we were before? I don't know. I think that's our own perspective and view about that. But I always say, and I've told my friends, I go, in the whole grand scheme of things, if the divorce was for this reason, I'm happy. If the demise of the marriage was to get my daughter, inevitably, if that was fate, that was God's hands or whatever, or that was predestined for her and the mother to be out of state when all this came crashing down, then it's all, I'd do it all over again. I don't want to, but I would. For my daughter. And I did the same thing in the first demise of the marriage. I was told to stay away. Oh, I don't want any trouble. It's like, you guys are the ones that are kind of making the trouble and making a big thing, and it's just, since we came back to California, things changed, and so I left. Why did you leave? Because you told me to get away. Okay, stop emailing. Okay. I'm emailing you and communicating because it's what I'm supposed to be doing through your mother as a liaison on what's going on. So I've done it. You know, I don't regret that. I haven't seen my kids from that marriage in a long time, but they're safe. I don't know what their whole condition is or whatever, but they're adults now. My daughter is, you know, now a legal adult, so I have more communication with more knowledge of my youngest daughter. Hope and faith and perseverance. Perseverance. It's basically what it is, perseverance. No matter how bad it gets, just brace down, batten down the hatches, and as good as it gets, try to always keep at least a toe on the ground. Especially now, because I don't think we'll see. Well, my friends, I think I've burnt off enough time here. You folks take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another, be kind to each other. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Slide on that ice. Seriously. And I was kind of thinking, you know what I really miss? I used to love to watch as a kid because of his opening line on Sunday morning show. I miss that show too. That was just so. Andy Rooney. I guess that's why I always get so in depth, because talking and hearing that, and it's. Did you ever wonder why? So I gotta throw that out. I guess I try to channel my talk show days growing up. Andy Wood. Love y'all. Stay safe. Be nice. Be kind.